Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Java forums here. Today we're going to learn how to do our first program in Java. We're going to create a very simple Java application. It's called a Hello World application. That's the name given to any kind of small, easy application that most developers use when they're first cutting their teeth on a language. Now you're going to need an IDE, which is an integrated development environment. In this case, I'm actually going to use BlueJ 3.0.4. BlueJ is a wonderful IDE. Looks like I already have a project going. This is the workspace that BlueJ offers. You basically have all these different classes, and it actually is a visual development environment too, and it's very simple to use. Eclipse is great too, although it's a little bit more complicated and is probably only better for more experienced developers. What I'm going to do here is we're going to use new project. So we're going to open a new project, okay, and in this one I'm going to call Hello World. YouTube. So we're going to create a new project. I usually put my projects that I'm working with currently on the desktop so it's easier to find. But here you are, you have a new window. So right here, you can go ahead and click Create New Class. That was a right click, by the way. Let me show you that again. Right click, New Class. Now you have to come up with the class name. What I normally do is call the class name something that describes the project, and in this case it'll be the Hello World or Hello YouTube class. Class type is a class, so we're going to hit OK. Notice how it creates a little icon for you. This is actually acting as an object of the class. Java is a object-oriented programming language. So I right-clicked again, and we are going to go to Edit. Let me show you that again. Open Editor. And it gives you actually all the stubs of the class right here. A stub is basically a generic class definition with some generic code in there. This compiles readily, but it's not really useful for what we're going to do right now. So what I'm going to do is actually erase it all. And let's just start anew so I can teach you the correct way to form your own Java class. So what you're going to do here is we're going to have to create a class definition. We have a public class. Now you should call the class the name that you're calling your project. It's just generally a good thing to do. So it's Hello YouTube's our public class, okay? Now we're going to actually put it in brackets. This is our class body. What we're going to do right here is we're going to put a public static void main. Don't worry about the syntax here. It's a little too complicated to teach beginners right now. But this is the definition for your main menu. Notice the signature of the main method right here is string args. Okay. Basically, each argument you give in the main method is acting as a parameter which is being passed through to main, but you don't have to know that right now. So in the public static void main, which is known as our entry point of Hello YouTube, we're actually going to do a system out Hello YouTube. And that should go ahead and print us something, but what we're going to do right over here is going to come up to compile, and we have no syntax errors. Now when you have no syntax errors, you can see it down here. When you have no syntax errors, you can actually go back and where your class definition is, you're going to right click it and you're going to hit void main. And there's our system out. Now it doesn't necessarily have to be a console application. the console application is usually a system out. We can actually go back and modify the code a little bit, and you can actually do the same thing but have a GUI or a dialog box come up. But what we have to do is kind of modify our code first. So what we're going to do is import javax.swing. This is what's known as a package here, that we need a library package, so we have to import it. Swing, you'll get into that a little bit later. Swing is basically the Java API for creating graphics and dialog boxes and applets and the like. So instead of doing system out println, we're actually going to use one of the member functions of swing. So we're going to say j option pane dot show message dialog. And then one of the first parameters is always null. It's always null. Okay, and then what we're going to do is clean up the code just a little bit. I'm going to compile this. You'll notice that there are no syntax errors, as it says down here on the bottom of the compiler window. And you also notice that before it, when it did have changes, there were some slashes through. Like if I made a change over here, there are some slashes through the class. So that means it's non-compilable, or it hasn't been saved and compiled yet. So what we're going to do is go back here and just make one more change. Now you can see again that it's got the slashes through. So you're always going to want to compile it. Come up to compile, no syntax errors. Go over onto the class icon, right click, void main, and there's your dialog box. Hello YouTube. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Be sure to check in on my next one, and don't forget, if you like what you see, subscribe. This is basically a pet project of mine, programming, and I enjoy showing you exactly what I'm learning, and I like to upload videos to YouTube, so why not combine the two? Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.